This video goes along with the scale factor assignment in ALEKS. Before you do your scale factor assignment, please make sure that you have watched the other videos that I posted in the module. The learning really is important and it will be helpful in you knowing how to do this assignment. So, question number 1 says, in a scale drawing of an airplane, 1 inch represents 8 feet. And in the real world, scale factor is something that you are going to see in lots of different situations. So if 1 inch is representing 8 feet, that means our scale right here is that 1 inch equals 8 feet. So if you see the drawing of the airplane, that means for every inch on the drawing, the real life plane would be 8 feet for every inch. Okay. So it says, answer the following. In the scale drawing, the length of an airplane is 6 inches. What is the length of the real airplane? Okay, so if the scale is 1 to 8 and the length of the airplane on the drawing is 6, we want to know the length of the real airplane. Okay, so to get from 1 to 6, we had to multiply by 6. So if you take 8 and you multiply by 6, you get 48. So if on your drawing, your airplane is 6 inches, the length of the real plane would be 48 feet. Okay, let's look at the next part. The wingspan of the real airplane is 72 feet. What is the wingspan of the airplane in the scale drawing? So remember, if we're using the scale of 1 to 8, and the wingspan, remember this is our real, and this is our drawing, right? So if the drawing's 1 inch, the real plane is 8 feet. So if the real airplane wingspan is 72 feet, we want to know what's the wingspan going to be on the drawing. Well, to get from 8 to 72, or to get from 72 to 8, we had to divide by 9. And so 9 divided by 9 is what is going to give us a 1. So this x would be a 9. Okay. Now, if it's hard to recognize that 8 times 9 is 72, so we have to do 1 times 9 to get to x, another way that you can do this is you can actually set it up as a proportion, which we've done, and then to solve the proportion, you can cross multiply. 72 times 1 is 72, 8 times x is 8, and then we would just divide by 8 on both sides, so x equals 9. So that's another way that you could also do these. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at another one. In a scale drawing of a house, 1 inch represents 7 feet. So that's our scale, 1 to 7. This is the drawing for every 1 inch. The real length of the house is 7 feet. Okay, so if the length of the real house is 21 feet, so let's just use this 1 over 7. So the length of the real house is 21. What is the length of the house in the drawing? Okay, so to figure this out, we know that to get from 7 to 21, we have to multiply by 3. So 1 times 3 is 3, which means our x is 3. That means the scale drawing will be 3 inches for the length of the house. Okay, in the scale drawing, the height of the house is 4 inches. So we're going to use the same scale. 1 inch is 7 feet. And this time we know that the height of the house is 4, and we want to know what the height of the real house is. Now, this one isn't as obvious. If we're going to solve for x here, to get from 1 to 4, we have to multiply by 4, so that gives us 4, and 7 times 4 would give us 28. So the height of the real house would be 28 feet. And again, another way to do this, once you have your proportion set up, you can just cross multiply. X times 1 is x, and 7 times 4 is 28. And that will also give you the correct solution. Okay, so let's just go ahead and look at questions 6 and 7. They are similar. The table below gives the dimensions of a bridge and a scale model of the bridge. Find the scale factor of the model to the real bridge. Write your answer as a fraction in simplest form. Okay, so if our model is 5, the actual bridge is 25. If the model is 7, the actual bridge is 35. If the model is 8, the actual bridge is 40. So the scale factor would be, we would say 1 foot equals 1 foot of the model, right? Equals 5 feet of the actual bridge, okay? And if we were to take these 5 over 25, 7 over 35, and 8 over 40, we can see that all of these simplify to 1 over 5. So that is our scale factor. It would be 1 foot to 5 feet. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. Find the scale factor of the drawing to the real statue. Now here, we can see that if we have 9 over 54, that would simplify to 1 over 6. And if we have 7 over 42, that would also simplify to 1 over 6. Okay, so that means that for every 1 inch in the drawing, for the actual, 1 inch in the drawing, the actual would be 6 inches. The scale factor is 1 to 6, okay? Because we had to multiply this by 6 to get to this. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next one. The figure below was made with a scale of 1 unit equals 2 meters. So if 1 unit equals 2 meters, that means that this would be 2, 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 and this would be 2, okay? So 1 unit is 2 meters. Okay, so when we look at this right here, that means that the length of this figure would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That would be the total length of this figure, okay? So if we are going to draw this same figure using a new scale where 1 unit equals 6 meters, well, we just said that we needed to have 12 meters total. So that means our new drawing would just be 6 and 6, okay, for our base of our rectangle. Now, when we look at this side, we have a 2, 2, 2. So that means that this side is 6 meters using this current scale, okay? So if we're using the new scale, 1 meter, 1 unit is 6 meters. So that's going to look like this, okay? So here's the original figure. Here is the figure using the new scale. Okay, so let's try another one of these. The figure below is made with a scale of 1 unit equals 8 centimeters. Draw the figure with a new scale of 1 unit equals 2 centimeters. Okay, so if 1 unit equals 8 centimeters, and we need to draw the figure with a new scale of 1 unit equals 2 centimeters, well, we still need our base of our rectangle to be 8. So we're going to have to do 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and the height of this one is going to be 16. So that means the height of our new figure needs to also be 16, but 1 unit only equals 2 using our new scale. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm going to have to erase this. Hold on, let me fix this for you. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't leave enough space. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There we go. And then remember, on our new scale, 1 unit equals 2, right? Okay, so this is a 16 by 8, and this is also a 16 by 8, but we just used 2 different scales, okay? So that is how you do questions 11, 12, and I believe 13. So let's do one more of these. I think that these are a little bit tricky. If your current scale is 1 unit equals 8, so that means that this base is 8, and then if this is 8, and this is 8, and this is 8, and this is 8, there are 4 of those. So that means that this side would be 32. So this is an 8 by 32. Okay, now if we're using a new scale of 1 unit equals 4 yards, well, we still need our base to be 8, so that's going to take 2 units, because if 1 unit equals 4 yards, we're going to have 2 of those to equal 8. And then to get to 32, we're going to have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Oh, God, I barely made it. Thinking I was going to have to redraw that one. Okay, so this would be 4. Each of these is 4, right? And if we need this side to be 32, that means we need to have 8 of those. So this would give us an 8 by 32 using the new scale.